And in this hour, we'll be talking to Republican candidate for mayor, Randy McClement. How you doing, Randy?
Doing fine.
And he brought food.
He did.
Is this like
me a turkey sandwich?
Is this like an ethics thing? Do I have to
It's
Liddy
called a bribe.
Thompson?
It's less than $5.
Huh?
Less than $5.
How you doing, Randy?
I'm doing wonderful, Blaine. How you doing, Nate?
I'm fine.
Doing great. And you're running for mayor.
Yes, I am.
So the format is we're going to talk to you for an hour, and then we're going to allow people to call in.
Okay.
But we're going to start out the program with an introduction. As we do, you can talk about your professional life, your personal life, or both. Okay. Just tell us who Randy McClement is.
All righty. Well, let's see. Randy McClement. I was born in Washington, D.C. by accident. I guess I was born into the political world. My mother's doctor was at Holy Cross Hospital, but he also served in Garfield Hospital in D.C.
I was born in Garfield.
Yeah, well, see, Anita, that's why I like you. And I was heading down. My mom was going to, got in labor. I'm heading into the world, and she had to go to Garfield because that's where the doctor was. And it was the day that Eisenhower was elected for his second term.
Wow.
And my mom realized it was election day and forced my father to stop so she could get over and vote before she had me. So I guess I started off in a political life. So. But I've had a varied career. I have a lovely wife, Mary Jane. My daughter, Melissa, 23, just got married recently.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Her fiance is serves in the military. I've been saying fiance for a year now. So yes, her new husband serves in the military. He's out at they met at Fort Detrick, and he serves at Fort Riley, Kansas. And in September, he's being shipped over to Iraq. So as everybody probably knows, I own the Market Bagel and Deli with my wife, Mary Jane. We've been in business for 10 years. Before that, I had all kinds of fun stuff. I've been in construction, survey taker. I worked for a company that sold high-speed laser and impact printers to the federal government for 6 years. I managed homeowner associations for 13 years. I was a director of management for a company out of Gaithersburg, and we managed communities up here. And then decided to get into the food business. Don't know why, but decided to do that.
All right. And then you announced for mayor. I tell you, who was the first person announced? Was it you or Jason Judd?
Clint.
Clint beat them all.
He announced about a year before.
Okay, well,
actually, it was Jack, but then he backed out. Jack was the first.
Jack Lynch. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when did you officially announce? It was early though.
February.
And this was before the current mayor decided what he was going to do.
Correct.
As we know, the current mayor filed his papers, then has withdrawn his papers. What made you decide to run for mayor? Because it sounded like you were running no matter what.
I was. I had many conversations with Jeff to find out what he was doing the year before, and he always encouraged me to do what I needed to do. So actually, New Year's Eve day was the last day I asked him, and he said, "Randy, run. You need to run." And I said, "Okay."
I think he made that very clear. He told the press and everybody else that just go ahead and make up your mind and don't worry about what I'm going to do.
And that's what I did. And I needed to form a committee, so I went ahead and moved forward. The reason I'm running is I believe I'm a civic kind of person. I believe that you need to give back to your community. I would not be in business without the citizens of Frederick, and I believe it's your civic duty to participate in the process. I ran for alderman 4 years ago, and this time I decided I wanted to run for mayor because I felt the mayor.
Where did you place as when alderman? I can't remember.
I was
Conyers was 6th.
Then I was 7th. I was under Sammy.
Okay.
No, there was someone above me. I was 8th.
Okay.
I was 8th. Yes.
All right. And what are some of the main issues that what I always ask? Was there a main, besides service to the community, was there a particular issue? Public safety, taxes, the downtown. Was there anything that you kind of
goaded you one?
Yeah.
No, people ask me that, and to be honest with you, there really wasn't one main thing. I believe that the city was running in the right direction. The current mayor, you were unsure what he was going to do, but that didn't make a difference to me. But I have a strong belief in public safety. I believe that your government has a basic responsibility of public safety and public works. I'm a big police backer. I think through all times we need to have a strong police force, especially in times when we hit the economic concerns we're having now. I think we need to have a strong police force. But there wasn't really one overriding factor. If anything I just felt that the city needed to be more run like a business, more management style than political style. I'm not a politician.
Well, what is your management style? Are you a
I'm the nice guy.
hands-on, or are
Haven't
you a
you heard?
delegator, or?
Haven't you heard? I'm the nice guy. Now, I believe that you should have a set crew that you trust, that you've given direction to. Your directors should be the ones running their departments, and the mayor should be the one that should be standing out there, making sure they're doing the job. And then he should be the public person. He needs to be out there talking to the people, talking to businesses. He or she needs to be in Winchester Hall. He or she needs to be at Annapolis. There's too much things that go on that affect our city that we don't have a presence for. I'm sure there's plenty of funds not now with the economy, but in the state that we don't get access to because we're not represented ourselves out there very well. That's why Montgomery County and Prince George's County and
Well, they have
Baltimore
paid
City.
lobbyists, number one.
Right, but hey, we're the second or third largest city in the state of Maryland, whoever you're counting, and we're treated like stepchildren out here in the Western world. And I think that's unfair.
Oh, well, that's because they have more delegates than Western Maryland does. But, in the newspaper, it said that you would be a mayor that would have a continual personal presence in the neighborhoods, your business communities, Winchester Hall, and the State House. I mean, where have you been in the city that you've had this presence that in the neighborhoods in particular?
Well, just through my business alone, I have the opportunity to be everywhere. And we do catering, so I'm all over the place, and I talk to a lot of people. Mm-hmm. But as far as the campaigns going, I've hit as many communities as I can. And I'm making round 2 because can only hit so much of the community at a time. I've been in Whittier. I've been in Warman's Mill. I haven't gotten to the Hillcrest area yet. I've been over in Deerbot. I've been over in the Saginaw area. My own community, I live off of High Street, and I've been up and down South Street and over in Carrollton. I've been running around as best as I can get, still keep my job going. So,
all right, let's go down. You've listed 5 things on your brochure. Let's start out with the first one with the police. You have some things on here. Maintain a strong community police force. Relocate a portion of the Capital Improvement Fund (CIP) designated for the West Side Regional Park to fund a new police headquarters and provide police with proper tools to perform efficiency. You want to expand on that a little bit?
Sure. I 8 years ago, I had the opportunity to take the Citizens Police Academy, and part of that. I
took it also.
Yeah, and I encourage everybody in the city to do that. And one of the things you get to do is you go through the police headquarters, and I always have this ingrained in my head. I went in there, and a police officer was sitting at his desk, and another officer needed to get to the file, and the police officer had to put his head down to let the file cabinet come out above him to get his paperwork.
Should have gone to the law mall. But, the city, as I understand, the current administration is working towards resolving a new police building somewhere in the city, and it should be signed relatively soon, is from what I've been told.
If that's great, that's great. But all I've ever heard is they've been working on it. They've been working on it. So, it's a key to me. They need the place to work. They need to be efficient.
First, I know the courthouse wants the space.
Oh, absolutely.
And I know that as they've got their own growth going on there, and of course the police want a new facility. Generally, every chief that has served so far has been a chief of centralization. He doesn't want it to be centralized with substations. Are you now? See, I'm a substation person. In other words, I think that when there's a presence and it's manned and it's open, you're going to get a better bond with that.
And it doesn't really have to be an official substation so much as just a place.
But it should be manned. It should be manned.
To the current mayor, that way they use one of the Hargett buildings over there on the Hargett farm.
Are you for substations, or are you for having everything centralized?
Well, as you said before, what was my management style? My management style is to go to the people and ask them what they want. And I sit down with the chief and had a talk about it. And the chief is very open about it. He said he would absolutely have no problems putting a substation where it's needed. His concern is the fact that he'd have to man it, which means he's going to have to take a police officer off the street, and he believes that's where they need to be. He also was very upfront with me, which I thought was a good idea. He's more than willing to pick up a whole division and move it out.
He said that on the show when you were out.
And I think that's a great idea. If that's something he's willing to do, then we could look at the Hargett Farm area. We could look at what's happening at the new mall, maybe put a division out there as it grows.
I suggest a Tully's.
Yeah, I don't care where it is. Right. It could be an apartment at Waverly Gardens. You can go in there, lease it for a short term, quickly renovate it, keep it staffed, keep it manned.
Oh, sure. And it can be done very cheaply. I mean, you already own buildings on the Hargett farm. You don't have to rent anything.
And you know what? Hopefully there's a day you won't need it, and then you pull it from there and maybe put it in another place that it is needed.